Okay, guys, I know this has been a long day. So much information. Earlier, I told you we released the book, so I got some information on this book that we just released. But we've talked about some of everything to get today. Physical, we talked about mental, all of that being healthy, trying to find your groove in life, trying to create the lifestyle instead of being the fad going up and down. This guy is going to talk to us a little bit about spirituality. Jordan, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
All
How
right,
you doing?
Jordan. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. I was freshly meditated as usual, so trying to help y'all get there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what are we talking about today as we talk about from a spiritual standpoint?
I wanted to kind of give people a personal development spiritual guide so that it's something that isn't necessarily something that uses your own energy resources. You know, that it doesn't have to fit into the dogma of any religion. You can kind of apply it to every different religion, you know, because this is still something that's just for you, just for your day to day, and kind of helps you to get yourself in the right mode for tackling the stuff you have to tackle.
Got you, got you. Okay, so people do look at spirituality as religion, and it's definitely different. So, what type of tips do you have for us from that standpoint?
So, what I wanted to do was kind of give people something that's more about looking at your attention and looking at your own energy, like the energy that you're actually putting into the activities of your life. I think that that's kind of one of the areas where it is kind of easier to see the boundary between religion and spirituality. I think that spirituality is definitely something that comes with you every day. And I think religion does that in a different way. It's kind of an organizer. It kind of brings you together with your entire community. But I think spirituality is more what you're doing on an individual level, how you're motivating yourself, what thoughts are cycling in your mind, and so on.
Okay, all right. So what things can we do, man? Talk to me. So
All right.
people talk about things from a philosophical standpoint, and people are like, "Am I supposed to come up with the formula of success?" So let me know what this formula of success looks like.
So it has 4 steps. They're based on the elements. So there's stuff that is stuff that you can see in your house, you know, stuff that you're going to be reminded of throughout the day. And it's really just like 4 tips and 4 exercises kind of to do throughout the day so that you're being more conscious and you're getting closer to your goals. So I'm going to start off with the fire one. I'll go a little bit into why the sequence goes the way that it does as I go into them, and we'll just work our way through.
Okay, let's go. So we're starting with fire. That's the hottest part of it. Let's do it. We got fire. Why
So
fire first?
I like to start the day. One is a great way to kind of get yourself revved up. So, you know, putting on exciting music, you know, lighting a candle, cooking something, all of that stuff involves heat. And it is kind of building up your, you know, momentum for the day. So this is kind of the same way that you would build up a fire, you know, if you were going out to stay in the woods. This is that moment in your day. I usually put a candle on my desk, or I'll have like one that's in my like living room area, and I'll sit, and I personally like to stare directly into said fire. You can find the videos on YouTube as well if you're not a person who has candles or likes to like set stuff on fire. This is a safer way. You can watch it on YouTube and just meditating on what you actually want to put this amount of energy into in the day, because that's like the setting that intention and doing it in a clear way is going to be the first step to actually getting it accomplished by the end of the day.
That's, just to zone out and just kind of focus and meditate almost from a meditative state of where you're putting your energy, looking at that fire to reinforce that. I kind of like that. I might try that as well. I like that. So what are you on fire about over there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you?
Today it's actually been, and I know everyone's like, "Grown, this is a very boring subject," but I actually am finally teaching myself higher maths. So I'm learning like geometry and calculus, and it was because it was something that I was always terrified of. When I was in school, I was very English oriented, very history oriented. And so like that was an area that I struggled. And once I made it out of high school, you know, you do that like, oh, I'm glad I'm not having to look at math again. So I'm actually coming back now in my life and going back to those areas that I had challenges before. And kind of now that I have a new mindset, reapproaching them to see if this is something that I just genuinely do enjoy and was just scared, to do.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. So you're at a point in your life where you're looking at areas of opportunity and you're looking at opportunities to strengthen them. Got it.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So after fire, what do we have next?
So the next one is the earth section. And so once you get yourself revved up, and this is where I found that a lot of people throw themselves off. You get yourself revved up like that, and then you're like, I'm so motivated, I better go tell someone. No. Go do what you have to do. That's why the earth section comes right after that fire section. You've gotten that motivated, get up, start doing that task that you just thought about. Start putting your energy into that thing. And it's gonna happen. I will say that at the original, like as you start, it is probably gonna be not as organized, if you try to jump out there immediately. So I think the earth section is also about taking some time to kind of prepare yourself and get grounded in what it really means to put your energy into that thing. you know it's sometimes it's great if it's like, well, a project that it's better if you just start moving and you know that already from meditating on it, then just start moving. But if it's something that's going to take some preparation, it is also important to take that time also to like sit still and figure out how you're going to do it and then start doing it.
Got you. So why is it important not to tell people though? I'm curious.
Because that is going to be the third step, because you want to get feedback. It's easier to get feedback when you've already got something to present. If you are out there getting it, just talking about an idea, you're really delaying yourself from even putting it into practice.
You know what? I absolutely. I'm going to tell you how I think about that after you hit us with number 3. So number 3 is, so we had fire, earth.
And number 3 is the air.
Oh,
yeah, okay, and that's where you start.
I was like,
that's
where you start talking about. Like, hey, let's get it. Okay, so number 3 is the air. Okay, so explain the air.
So that's one, you start, you've already gotten your energy out, you're starting to do what you wanted to do, and you're actually able to go and get feedback. But it shouldn't necessarily just be getting feedback. I like to think about the fact that whenever you're talking to someone, you are literally sharing the air with them. You're trading air back and forth. Right. So that is also your opportunity to bring this person, possibly into the project that you have. Do they have any attributes, that would make this easier? Do you have anything that you're doing with this project that would make something that they're doing easier? Because that's what the air gives you, that chance to build a larger momentum and like to kind of bring it to another level. And that's why you always hear, anything that talks about like ascension models, so on and so forth. It's all about going up when it comes to the air.
The wind in my sails, the air beneath my wings type of thing. You bring up a good point, because I tell people all the time, when you have a brand new idea, like I often have brand new ideas, right? When you have a brand new idea, I use the Wright brothers as example, right? So before airplanes, before any of that, the only thing that people has ever seen fly in the sky was a bird. So if I showed you some diagrams and things like that, you may believe it a little bit more. And I say, look, we can make this big thing made of metal that can literally take hundreds of people from Houston to LA, lickety split, like no time flat, right? But if I take a remote control airplane and you've never seen anything else fly, and I land it in the palm of my hands and say, I want to build a big one of these. That's You've never seen it, right? Now you have so many people on board, right? And that's exactly how I do each and everything. I come up with the idea, I may brainstorm with some people, and then I start to go build some momentum behind it, bring it back to a group of people, get the belief in there, and then figure out what resources from the team that I can get together, put it together, and voila. You have a Guinness World Record event, or you have a Amazon best-selling book, or you have whatever it is that I do a little bit different. That's exactly how I do it. So it's funny that you say do the work first, or at least get started, and then let the air elevate it from that standpoint. I love that. Okay, and what's number 4?
Number 4 is water. And so that area is actually going to be, it's interesting that with air and water, because as you get to like the more fluid like elements, it's kind of hard to tell where one ends and the other begins, because the water is going to be the emotional responses that you're getting on both sides. So whenever you did show it to those people, how did you feel? Did you feel confident, like, oh, I'm getting this out here and like it's being received well? Or was there some spots where it was a little, what do you call it? Murky.
Right.
So it's kind of creating that. It's always like we use a lot of water imagery when we talk about our feelings, but in the spiritual aspect, I think it's also the elevation of that is belief. Like, I think the secondary, like once you got emotion into something, when you're talking about maintaining an emotion, that becomes an act of belief, because it's so you have to keep that mindset going every day if you're going to keep that feeling going every day. And so then whenever I'm looking at stuff as I'm getting to the water section, the question I ask myself is this something that I believe in? Is this something that I think that others will believe in?
Mm-hmm.
And so like, talk about questions that it's nice to have a physical glass of water when you ask.
Right.
I'll sit down, I get some water. For all of my health guru people out there, people do the lemon and the ginger. Either of those are good too. You sit down, you write down your plan, you write down what people said back to you whenever you talk to them about your plan, all of that. And you genuinely just reflect on it for a second so that you can decide what your next steps are going to be. Because the next morning, you're going to wake up and have to light that fire again.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. So I totally get that. Absolutely. So you have a program of sorts, or you have some type of teachings to help people follow these 4 steps.
I do 30-minute sessions with people. And so I'll help people sit down and we'll break down what's going into each of those categories. I'll help you to come up with some daily exercises that are like specific to you and like specific to the things that we know work for you. And then you kind of just try it out. We come back the next week. I help with accountability as well. So we're like, did you get this stuff done? What could we have done better? And we just go from there.
So you know what? You are a part of Justice League, and I appreciate you being part of the team. I want you to come, and you've been on, I know you're busy a lot, and you don't make it to every call, but I want you to kind of put this out there to some of the calls. And I want you to talk to the team. But with you being a part of Justice League, that means that you're a part of what we're doing. So if you don't mind explaining, what has this done for you?
So, and I really enjoyed using there's a gel that has the human growth hormone in it. And it's helped my skin. One, and I usually do, so I'll get up, light the candle, do a meditation. And then when it's time to start going out to do things that day, I go ahead and put the gel on during my like morning or getting ready routine. One is going to boost your energy.
Yes.
Like you have a substantial amount more energy, and it generally makes you kind of have a better mood. And I'm not sure is the scientific parts of why that is.
No, it does. It does help your mood.
It helps you to get that tilt away from thinking into just your normal negative cycles of thinking of the stuff that you're worried about. Kind of pulls you out of an anxious mode and like allows you to go out and do what you gotta do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's helped a lot of people with their mood, especially women that's going through menopause, right? So I've had so many guys want to hug and kiss me because their wife is so much nicer now that it's absolutely working well. So hey, I want to say thank you, man. I do want to get you in with the team to talk about some of those elements. Yes. And I think we can custom make something from that standpoint. You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, I love the fact that my league is so awesome because this is
all the people I've met, fantastic. It's great getting to hang out with y'all, work with y'all. It's a good community.
Absolutely. So we give people the opportunity. We give you 3 opportunities in life as a team. We give you the opportunity to help people. We give you the opportunity to save money, and we give you the opportunity to make money. That's exactly what we do. It's just as simple as that. So, and we do that by leveraging all the superpowers of everybody that's already a part of the Justice League. So, man, I appreciate you, Jordan. We're about to get to the next person. For those that are watching, I know we're coming to an end, but we still got great information, still got good stuff.
Definitely stay tuned.
Oh my
Fantastic people
God.
all the way through.
And I got some big news that's coming a little bit later. Thanks, Jordan. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.